Click, click, boom. All right, guys, we are here. We are going to wrap up the first series of our mock drafts here at Nothing But Niners. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Nick was cranking those bad boys out last night like he got paid for it. Oh, my God. It was a thing of beauty. And our last GM for the first round of the mock draft is going to be none other than my man, Scott. Scott, what's going on, man? You ready to do this?
Yeah, very ready. Ready to rumble. Excited. Going to blow things up.
All right, man. That's what I'm talking about now. He's going to make the first pick. My son is going to make the first announcement, just like how my daughters did for the previous ones. So we're going to set the thing up. I'm going to go ahead and put the screen share on so you guys can see everything that I'm doing over here. All right, we're going to go into infinity and then beyond. Boom. There's infinity. And now we're beyond. Okay. Here we go. So the first pick of the draft, Kyler Murray went to the Cardinals. No pressure here, Scott. We just did a big debate. I kind of feel like I know where you're going with this.
It's a shocking pick from Cardinals. This was one we didn't see coming. I don't know what to do. No, I think we're gonna go with the boss, the number one ranked player on our board, Nick Bosa. Let's bring him in. Let's get that edge guy into San Francisco.
Okay. So big guy, this is what you're gonna have to read nice and loud. Are you ready to do this? Okay. Don't do it yet. Hold on. I'm gonna put the camera on you so we can see your lovely little face there. All right. Let's take the screen share off. All right, kiddo. Here's your moment. Nice and loud.
With the second pick of the 2019 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Nick Bosa, edge from Ohio State.
Yeah! Yeah, we got Nick Bosa, baby! We got Nick Bosa. That's what I'm talking about. Give me some, baby, 2 times. You kid. All right, we did it, guys. We got Nick Bosa here. Thanks, kiddo. Go have some fun upstairs, okay, or whatever you're doing. All right, guys. So Nick Bosa is here. All right. And we have officially drafted him. There we go. The card has been submitted. Let me get this off of here. All right. Let me F11 this bad boy. Bong. Okay. The picks are flying off the board here. Scott, what are you thinking is the second biggest need for the 49ers?
Well, this is the thing. On our last video, you said something that was very, very interesting. Oh, never mind. Right, here we are. You said something that was interesting. I had a guy in mind, but the Cardinals just picked him. You said something very interesting. You said you can never have too many edge rushers. And I know he had a horrible draft period, but I was going to trust the tape. And I was going to go and get that guy, Ja'Kai Polite, right there. He's just gone. Pick number 33. The draft network have let me down.
Yeah, I see him.
Have not reflected his disastrous period, but also, I can see the Cardinals potentially going that way. So, I mean, looking who's on the board, there is the edge class. Chase Winovich is tempting, but I think he's a little bit similar to Nick Bosa for my liking. I was looking for someone who's like brought a little bit more heat, off the edge. What do we have on like a general big board?
So they have their player rankings, and then they have their own predictive board. So the player rankings, I think, are going to be more important than their big board.
What if we go off edge now completely? Because I was eyeing up Ja'Kai Polite. That was who.
Okay. All right. So you want to get off of that. All right. So then let's go all.
Yeah. Right. Wow. I think
I see it.
I'm about to trigger so many 49ers fans because I'm about to make an ACL pick. I'm about to pick Jeffrey Simmons.
Are you serious?
I'm making an ACL pick. That's going to be. I think I'm going to do it.
All right.
I think he's going to be able to play. I think we're going to be able to play him at kind of nickel nose like we did with Armstead. I think you're going to be able to play him at a 3-tech on the inside. I think he's got some of the best film of any defensive player in the draft. I think he was going to be a comfortable top 10 pick before the ACL injury. I think he gives you basically not quite what you're going to get with Quinn and Williams, but more or less what you're going to get with Quinn and Williams. Yeah, I think it's going to be Jeffrey Simmons.
Wow. Okay. Scott with the surprise pick here. Defensive line twice. The 49er fans are going to say, we went defensive line 3 times already, and we did it again. Now we're in the second round. We're doing it again. And yeah, man. All right. Let's see here. I want to see what some of the negatives are on this guy really quick. His worst trait says 2-gap ability.
Yeah, don't need that. 1-gap team, especially kind of as the season went on, we were quite happy playing with DJ Jones at nose, who I think was weighing like 290 pounds. Eric Armstead was the same. We're looking for these guys primarily to be penetrators, and I think that's kind of the Chris Kotcherek system that we're going to be running, or the coach that is going to be influencing our defensive line play. They really do look for penetration. So I think that's my guy. I want him to penetrate. I want him to be disruptive. I want offensive linemen to be occupied by the fact that the defensive line are beyond them before they can even blink. And I think we've got Jeffrey Simmons. This is an investment. We've got huge amounts of time. I think our next biggest need is probably wide receiver, but I gambled, and I think I might have gambled right, that there's going to be a couple of guys who interest me available at the top of the 3rd round.
All right. We're gonna get there, but I want you to read this red flag here. Can you see this? There's no way John Lynch is gonna draft this guy. I didn't know this about him before.
I knew about this. I still think they might do it.
Wow.
I think it sounds like she was brought in with his sister. He's generally, well, that's clearly what it says there, but
yeah.
From what I understood, it was obviously a horrible situation from him. Should never have done that.
Right.
And then he's kept his nose very, very clean.
All right.
I think and also everything that we're hearing kind of from scouts and stuff is that he's still considered a high character player who's kind of over the slight carnage that obviously was caused in that situation, and is trustworthy enough to spend your hard-earned draft picks on, even especially at the top of the 2nd round.
All right. I like it, man. All right. Win me over there. I mean, I'm not going to lie. If someone's beating the hell out of my sister, I might have to try to break it up also. I don't know if I'll be throwing bows or not, but I definitely would try to break it up. So I get it. I get you, man. Now, moving on to pick number 67. I heard you say wide receiver. One of the guys I think is going to be probably the best wide receiver out of this draft class.
I'm about to make you a happy man, my friend.
Yeah? Don't play with my emotions, bro.
You can talk all about him all you want, my friend.
Oh my God. Listen, man.
Pick Paris.
I've been talking about Paris Campbell for a while, man. I really, Ali was in the group chat and he was talking about generational talent. I'm like, listen, man, I think this guy has got it. There's not a lot to not like about him. I mean, let's see what his worst trait is. This is
route running, but that's because of a limited route tree. His movement skills are amazing.
Yes.
He's electrically fast. His route tree wasn't very good at Ohio State, but he's got everything that you look at and you go, right, you're very malleable. You've got all the traits that we need to do to turn you into a great route runner, which I think you can do with him. Where you play him all over, use him in any way possible, speed to burn. I think he's got that interchangeability that Kyle Shanahan looks like. I think he can play the X, the Y, or the Z, or the Z/Z. I think he's kind of an ideal kind of draft and develop receiver. I think he's got a bit of Dante Pettis maybe about him. And I know I was listening to the new Chris Sims podcast, and he's very high on Paris Campbell. He sees Paris Campbell and Odell Beckham as similar kind of talent. That I do not agree with.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
I don't know.
It wasn't. I can see this says winning down the field wasn't a big part of his game. That's because he literally didn't run downfield.
Mm-hmm.
The guy just didn't run vertical routes.
It's one thing to call something someone's worst trait. It's another to say what I wish I saw more of. There's a huge difference there.
Yeah, exactly. It's very, very different to say that than it's not his worst trait. It's just he didn't do that in the offense.
Right.
I think he's going to be outstanding. I'm really excited to see him. And getting him in this draft for the 49ers, I think what we've done is we've added two of the best players in this draft class. Actually, I'm looking at NFL.com right now. Jeffrey Simmons is the second highest rated player in the draft on NFL.com, behind Quinnen.
Wow.
So
even ahead of Nick.
Yeah, even ahead of Nick. Nick is actually fourth on NFL.com. But
who do they have as third?
You can probably guess. The other one that 49ers fans love.
They have Josh Allen ranked third?
Yes.
Holy shit. All right.
They've also got Paris Campbell as their third highest rated wide receiver.
So let me guess who's ahead of him. I'm gonna do. They don't have Metcalf ahead of him, do they?
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, they've got two guys. They've got DK ahead of him.
And why am I blanking here? It's not Isabella. He came from a small school. They're not going to give him that.
No.
Is this another 6-footer?
Yeah, no. I do not believe this is a 6-foot receiver. I believe this is a very small receiver a tiny receiver.
Who is it? I give up.
A little jitterbug. Marquise Brown.
Oh, okay.
I think the top 5 are the same as Chris Sims' top 5. I think he had Metcalf, Campbell, Marquise Brown, AJ Brown, Debo Samuel, but I might be wrong there. But yeah, Paris Campbell. If we can get, I think it's unlikely, but in this scenario, Paris Campbell sitting there at the top of 3, you just can't miss. You got to do that.
Absolutely.
Just the same as I think it was with Jeffrey Simmons. You got to do it.
Absolutely. All right, so then I'm liking pick 2. You surprised me with the pick 36. I love pick 67. What are we doing here with 104? Is there a certain position you have in mind now? You've addressed wide receiver, you've addressed edge, and you even got an interior defensive lineman, the poor man's of this draft, Quinnen Williams. So what are we doing now here?
Can we just scroll down up that big board a little bit? Down. Let's have a looky look.
I think I don't fast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of this kind of few positions I'm looking at. I'm thinking maybe considering going tackle.
Oh.
I'm thinking you're also potentially wanting to look at. Or is this your guy, Josh Oliver? No.
Oh, I really like this guy, but I'm not telling you we got to get him, but I really like this guy.
What sell him to me?
All right, man. Listen, man. You know what? I won't do any of the selling. I'm going to let the website sell them. And what we usually do is I just read like the worst traits about a player. I'm going to start there. But again, as you can see, you got to take it as a grain of salt. All right, so his route running. Okay. So his pass protection, nice wide base, and his pass protection and strong lateral movement. Has a decent anchor, not getting completely blown back into the pocket. Like his run blocking, doesn't have a ton of strength in his lower half in order to drive defensive linemen or blitzers, more of a positional blocker. Now, if we go up to his strength though, his hands. These two right here are what get me for him. His athleticism and speed, his hands and ball skills. But I want to start with his hands. Impressive ball skills as he is consistently extended away from his frame and plucking the ball out of the air. This is what George Kittle doesn't do well.
Yeah. Is he a good 50-50 kind of catch ball guy, or
let's see if they show that up here. Let's see what they say here. Yak, conscious effort to get vertical after receptions. Contested catching is what you want to see. Let me see if anyone has it broken down here. I think so. Here we go. Contested catches. It says ineffective in this area on the account of lack of rigidness, though, through his body to prevent hits from jarring him and knocking loose the football. Doesn't have the hand softness to squeeze while fighting off body at the catch point. So when you say 50-50, I'm thinking jump ball.
Yeah.
They say contested catching. They're actually talking about if he's getting hit at the point of contact.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's quite the same as it. What we're kind of okay. Add him to the list. I've just read a bit about him at NFL.com as well.
All right, so he'll be someone we're keeping our eye on here.
Yeah,
I like this guy.
Can we look at safeties?
Absolutely.
I'm not confident about our free safety position.
Let's scroll up here.
I actually think our best free safety is Tart. When you look at our free safeties, Colbert makes a lot. If you encourage any of the fans, go back and watch Colbert. All his highlight reel plays, he's going kind of in some direction back towards his own goal line. He's running. He's never coming forwards. And the thing we always talk about with the free safety position is his seams and posts. So his balls are in front of him. He's not good at the moment in seeing those things coming and breaking downhill on them in a way that gets him in a position to play the ball. Jimmy Ward is also not as good as that. He's better than Adrian Colbert, but you'll see when he breaks, it's slightly rounded and he doesn't see it as well. We see a number of plays at free safety. You see Tar coming downhill and smashing guys. Probably the highlight is Jimmy Graham when he did that against the Seahawks in 2017. But our safeties don't do that. Adrian Colbert's got unbelievable range. He makes kind of almost the plays that he doesn't need to make, getting over the top of his corners. If your free safety can do that, it's a plus. But I'm still kind of concerned about those guys at the free safety position. Although, to be honest, I'm not seeing many names here that I know or like. The guy I really like in the spot is probably Marquise Blair out of Utah, but he appears to be off the board. Let's have a look.
Yeah, he's not up here.
Wow. Unfortunately, it's not clear on there. So we've got like strong safety, free safety. I know the name Mike Edwards from Kentucky. And Ugo Chukwu Amadi, that's another name I know. Jaquan Johnson's a name I know. But I think it's too early to pick those guys.
All right, let me see here. 5'11" range, average overall range, not particularly fleet of foot. Does show decent instincts with the balls.
What's his zone coverage? I think that's kind of the key. Are we going to get zone coverage?
They actually they list man coverage and they don't list zone coverage.
Ball skills, solid. Fluidity. I'm not really sure about this guy.
No? All right.
No.
That's the safeties there.
Linebacker? What about linebacker? See if there's any nice names of the linebacker position. Oh. Okay.
Denver Curvin.
Savon Coney. Linebacker's interesting.
I know you mentioned tackles also.
Yeah, tackles also.
Let's see. Discipline takes very few chances and is therefore almost never out of position. Discipline in coverage and against play action fakes and misdirection. That is awesome. Worst trait is athleticism, block deconstruction. Served a year of probation after being arrested for marijuana possession during a traffic stop, August 2016.
How did he run? For some reason, I know the name, and I'm like, oh, it didn't run well. It's what I recognize.
Okay. Likeable patient. Bless. Likeable patient between the tackles to not overrun his scrapes. Takes appropriate flow when tasked with stepping with a pulling guard and making a cross key in the backfield. Confidence disappears in pass reps. Gets frozen by the pass set. All right. Interesting. I know you mentioned offensive tackles as well.
Yes. See, this is the problem. Having not really looked into this at all.
I know. I get you, bud.
Right.
Oh, no.
What? Did we run out of time?
And no, it just started it over. Hold on. I think we can duplicate this. I'm going to bet that we can duplicate this. Hold on.
Oh, wow. If not, we might have to go the other way. We'll get Bosa, and then we might have to have a look.
Let's see if Simmons. Hold on.
I think we might have struck lucky and got Simmons against the grain.
Polite. I think Polite is still there. Simmons is here. Oh, no, Polite is gone. Where did he go this time?
So we've got Simmons still.
Yeah, he's still there.
Who else is there? Is Polite there? I'm still kind of leaning Simmons.
Yeah, you like that? I mean, we can make it go through.
Let's see. Well, is Polite there still? I think he might be. maybe ranked a little lower because I don't think he's gone. Oh, there he is.
He's still there.
Get my guy. Let's do it.
All right. Now listen.
I think because my reservation with the Simmons pick before was that obviously we had a lot of bodies at that position already.
So we're gonna get another edge here. Now listen. So we went from Boza to Polite. Polite has been in the headlines and people are killing him. So I want you to make a case for your guy to everybody watching right now, because this was kind of important to you, you know?
Yeah, it's very important to me.
Now, before you do that, do you want me to take Campbell because he's still here?
Yes.
Okay.
Hit Paris.
All right, go ahead.
So Polite. The film doesn't lie, I don't think. I think it's an astonishing edge rushing prospect. He's got explosive speed. I think he's got good hands. He's got great dip. He's got everything you look for in a pass rusher. I think when you were picking him, I was actually an advocate of picking him at number 2 because I thought based on who the 49ers have got, you can basically use him just on pass rushing downs in year 1 and let him develop. I think that's still the same now. I think the draft process, I think, has highlighted a few things to me. First is, to me, I think he's listened to a lot of outside noise. Heard people say, oh, he's undersized, so he's gone, right, I'm going to add loads of weight. He's done it in a very bad way. I think that's more on people who are training him than it is on him. Whether he's been listening to advice or not, I don't know. Maybe if he hasn't been listening to advice, I still think this is an example of a player who's listening to outside noise more than he's kind of thinking necessarily about himself and being kind of just generally massively affected by the process. And then I think him coming out and doing his pro day when he had a torn hamstring is just another example of that. The process kind of really inhibiting his decision making and affecting his decision making in such a way that he's on a couple of occasions clearly, firstly getting overweight and then running his pro day has affected his draft stock because he's made some poor decisions. To me, I think you get him in an NFL program. He doesn't need to put on much weight to play Leo for the 49ers. He's basically default size. So he's 245 pounds, get him 245, 248 pounds, which is the low end of where he's expecting he wants to be. Get him here, get him back being twitchy and fast. And I think he'll be a fantastic guy to spell Ford and Bosa. And touch wood, if one of those guys does get hurt, I mean, touch wood, that doesn't happen, but it might happen. You've then got one hell of a guy who can come screaming off the edge as a replacement. So that's me selling my guy Jakob.
All right. I know a lot of people concerned about the weight and stuff like that, man. Like, come on, man. One OTA session, I think he's good. I think he'll get that weight under control quickly.
Yeah.
You put on a healthy weight fast. I think it's kind of fast to get rid of it also. So, all right. Let's see here. We are back on the board with 104, and I think this is where we left off.
It is, and I'm quite tempted to do a double-double here. We doubled up on edge. I'm a little tempted to double up on receiver.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, let's shake it up a little bit. Who are you looking at here?
DeMarcus Lodge.
Okay.
I've seen people talk about him as one of the best kind of sort of most acrobatic catches in the class in terms of kind of 1v1, just going up and getting the ball. He can make some of the most obscene acrobatic catches. I'm looking at him now on NFL.com and just kind of checking his testing numbers, because that's always the issue with these guys, right? You're always kind of slightly concerned that they might miss the thresholds that the 49ers have.
Well, I'm looking at this here, and it says the ball skills in particular. It says, man, I'll tell you this. First of all, that's already encouraging. But then it says there is no in between with Lodge's ball skills. At times, they are incredible as he makes acrobatic catches outside of his frame with amazing body control, especially along the boundary. Seamless adjustments to off-target and back shoulder throws as well. That is great. The Niners could have used him in the Super Bowl. But the drops can be totally debilitating to his game, usually in simple catch situations, one of the major things holding his game back from really taking off. Does that sound like a mental thing to you? That tells me that he's anticipating the catch and trying to get ready to run before the ball gets there, before he looks it in. That sounds like an easy fix to me.
Yeah, it does. I'm looking at his numbers, though. I think you might be able to fix that, but I'm not sure you can necessarily fix. He's not got the best agility numbers. Not great shuttle or 3-cone. And I was looking at a lot of shuttles this week because I was looking at the DK Metcalf and the numbers and stuff for that. His shuttle is almost as slow as his 40, which is very bad. So I think DeMarcus Lodge might have to not be an option here, my friend.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to count him out. I think. Can we just scroll down a little bit, see who's there?
For sure.
Because the thing is that the linebackers are kind of interesting. Sorry, the running backs are interesting, but can't really take them now, given what the 49ers have done with regard to their running back room.
That's true.
Can't really go there. I mean, Greg Little, what a fall he's had. That's not an interest though. Not interested in that guy. Oh wow, it's running backs and wide receivers, right?
It is.
You know what, Mike? You sold him to me earlier. I'm going to go Josh Oliver. I think tight end is a need. I think you add another guy, another piece, someone who can block on the move. Good hands captain, another vertical threat. You keep adding toolsy footballers with talent. I think NFL.com's got him ranked highly as a tight end as well. So I think I'm gonna go with that. Let me see if I can find him.
All right.
On a PFF draft guide. Yeah, he looks like a player. He's got good receiving grades. He's had very good sort of pass blocking grades in his career. Got good arm length. He ran a great 40. 3-cone's decent. Good stats. 56 receptions. He looks like a player. I mean, deep pass yards, first in the class. Deep catch rate, 26th. He's slot yards, number 1 first in the class. I mean, this is a guy who you can move around, who you can play in the slot, who you can play in line by the looks of it, and have some fun with. So yeah, I like that pick, Josh Oliver. Maybe I'll have to watch him and see if I really do like this pick in hindsight.
That's
right. I think I know who I'm going to take with this pick. Got Tristan Hill.
Interior defensive lineman. You were going another defensive lineman?
From UCF. Maybe. Oh,
the Niner fans are going to kill you. All right, tell me we're getting rid of Solomon Thomas, and then I'm happy.
Go scroll down. Let's see who else. I mean, I think he's an explosive nose tackle, basically. I could see him making DJ Jones's job very difficult. Another guy Raquel Armstead, he's interesting. He's Chris Sims' best favorite
running back, really?
Second favorite running back, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
What about Khalil Hodge out of Buffalo? What's his deal?
All right, let's see what we got here. At times, just totally misses the keys and will drift into traffic.
This is 6th round, isn't it?
Are we in 6 already? Yeah.
This is our last pick.
Okay, no. We have 3. Let me make sure. Let me see. We've done 4. We have 2 more picks.
2 more picks.
I can tell you that the linebacker that a lot of 49er fans have fallen in love with is Edwards. I mean, is he even here? Let me see. Let me change this board really quick. He's not here.
Is he gonna?
Who took him? He's not here. I'll be damned.
Because I'm sort of leaning like DB, like linebacker, tackle kind of area.
Well, let's take a look at some tackles here. This is 151. Now, this is the predicted. That's where he was predicted to go. But if you look at the player rankings instead, let's look at player rankings and see what they've done here. Ryan Bates of Penn State.
Oh, Isaiah Prince. That's a guy I know. Another Ohio State player.
All right.
He's more of a mobile type. I think he's got a little bit about him. He can probably play well in a zone scheme. But I think, you know, at this point, it's a developmental player. Do you want to? Yeah, I think I'm going to go there. I think I'm going to go Isaiah Prince.
I like it.
OT out of Ohio State.
I know what happened last time. I know why the draft started over before. When you click on a player's name, the X to get rid of it, right where restart draft is.
That's unhelpful.
I may have double tapped it. That was my fault.
Yes, Isaiah Prince. That's going to be my guy.
All right, we got him. So we have one more pick left here. We've put the big board in order here for the best overall players. Jalen Hurd is still down here. David Stills is still on the board. What is happening? No respect for the wide receivers. So we have Nick Bosa and Ja'Kai Polite. We doubled up. I like that. I'm not going to lie to you. I really, really like that. Paris Campbell, Oliver. Scott, man, I'm liking this draft a lot.
Tasty draft. I mean, if this draft happens, I'm probably going to lose my head.
I'm actually liking this draft a lot, buddy. I'm not going to lie to you.
I think the only position that I probably want to look at, if I was thinking about needs and stuff that I want to look at addressing, might well be DB, so safety or corner. I mean, these guys on the board. I mean, Jalen Hurd, I think right now is probably my #1 pick at this spot. But I'd be tempted to look at potentially looking at DBs and trying to get a little bit of value there.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see if there's any value. Now we are at 212. Kendall Sheffield is oh my God, this is turning into the Ohio State draft, but he is someone that people were going crazy over. Also, Derek Beatty. Is there anyone here that catches your attention?
Who's the kid who the 49ers just worked out?
Oh, I don't want to lie to you. Hold on, I can pull it up really quick. Give me a second.
The young one. It was Jimmy Moreland, wasn't it, from James Madison? They just worked him out.
Let me see here.
And this is the sort of area where you got to take a flyer on that kind of guy, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They worked him out. Yep.
You know, that's the sort of territory we're in.
You want to grab him? That's a good little. It's pretty cool that you made that correlation there. Let's see what. Let's see what it. Oh, there's nothing here. I hate when there's nothing written on him.
Yeah, there's nothing about him on NFL. He's 5'10".
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give a miss on that. I think I'm not gonna go Kendall Sheffield. What else are we looking at? I mean,
what was the other position you said? You said DB and something else.
Well, safety. I think
safety. DB. Will Harris. Why do I know that name?
Boston. They've got 2 Boston College guys at the top here. I mean, he looks like a unit.
4.4 speed, shows up consistently on tape, takes a step or two to get going, but closes fast and can really cover ground. This sounds like Colbert.
It does.
Has the range to make
no ball skills.
Not
good ball skills.
Nope. 1 interception and 0 pass breakups in 12 games is a tough stat to have on your resume. Has touched the ball 4 times in coverage over the past 2 years, including just 2 picks. At the same time, has surrendered very little in coverage and is rarely thrown at. From zone, breaks on the ball a tad too late to be highly impactful. This sounds a lot like
this is how I see Colbert at the moment. And then in the summary further down, it sort of says he's in deep zone coverage. He's around the ball, but he's not there soon enough to make a play on the ball, which is obviously the opposite of what we're sort of looking for. Right, who else are we looking at here? We've got geez. What Marvin Tell, USC. What's his deal?
Let's see what we got here. 6'2". I like the size. That's a bit tall for a safety, though, right? Let's see. Understands his run fits from both the box and the safety position. Really? All right. Fills his role within the defense. Will bring physicality sometimes when playing downhill, and does well to attack quick plays to the boundary. Has some good short area quickness to stay connected through breaks as a man coverage defender. Step frequency solid enough to mirror in space. Shows the ability to read through route concepts as a high safety and remain disciplined against misdirection. Cons, takes dreadful angles that can be coached, right? That can be coached. Takes dreadful angles down the field and regularly runs himself out of good tackling position in space. Looks to catch and drag down with very upright approach. Will stop his feet and wait for contact to arrive. Letting the ball carrier come and hit him instead of delivering any strikes. This sounds like Ahkello Witherspoon there.
Yeah, it does sound a little bit scary. The tackling is a problem. I mean, that's like one of the 49ers' big issues.
Yeah.
Although quite amusingly, the NFL.com. So we've heard that he has bad angles. We've also heard that he takes good angles on the NFL.com. I mean, again, this is, you're getting to the point where you're like, right, developmentally, what have these guys got?
If we don't take a safety here, we have not done anything to our safety room all off season, right?
No, exactly. We've kind of run with it. I'm not averse to doing that. I don't think we need to add. I think it's kind of crucial to add someone to these sort of positions, safety or corner or maybe linebacker. But I think other than that, I'm like, well,
let's see what linebacker has here.
Don't really need to add too many other guys.
Trey Lamar.
Ooh.
Physically imposing presence in the middle of the field. First off the bus, body composition. Plays forward and into the line of scrimmage with intent of power plugging gaps. Plays with active hands while working through contact diagnosis inside run well, and certainly fits the bill of a thumper. Good closing speed playing forward when there is a clear path to his target. Execute with urgency. Offers some appeal as a blitzer. Has good contact power and balance. I really like that. 6'4".
He's big. I mean, they like guys with length.
Holy shit!
It's kind of they've gone for guys with length. I mean, they liked our man Fred Warner because he was long.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at maybe Dakota Allen as of Last Chance U. That was an interesting one. Wow. This is Deshaun Davis.
Struggle to take on blocks.
Trey Lamar.
Back with too much frequency, missing multiple block destruction moves. Okay. Struggles to react to zone blocking and find gaps.
I mean, there's the Ulysses Gilbert from
Akron.
From Akron.
See, when I see a detailed write-up like this, I really start to feel like he's better than what people think. I kind of like this dude. Athleticism is his best trait. You know what?
Taylor Brown's an interesting one. I think was he at like Tennessee or maybe it's at Chargers? I want to say one of the two.
This write-up. Crabs did this write-up. Let me see something here.
Deshaun Davis's big unit. The only other one I'd think about maybe looking at edge is Malik Reed there.
This guy has a 5th round grade on him. Oh wait, I'm sorry, who was that? Oh, edge. You want to go edge again?
Yeah, Malik Reed. This is like a possible another like developmental type guy. There he is.
He's available.
Oh, wow.
Want him?
Let's do Malik Reed. I like him a lot.
That's what I'm talking about. Make a pimp decision, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna let
edge. Everyone doesn't like the fact that we didn't address edge. Well, we just got 3. I really think that I mean, those 3 guys, that could be the future of your edge room for a while. I really think that. And I think obviously Reed is massively developmental, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't like stash him away, hide him on the practice roster for a year.
Scott, man, I gotta be honest with you, bro. I like this draft, man. Edge, wide receiver, tight end, and offensive tackle.
Yeah,
that encourages.
If they get sacks out of that, then
Yeah, exactly.
Then fire me.
This encourages a guy like Colbert to keep grinding and play through it. You know, this encourages a guy like Tart. This speaks volumes to what we've done on the inside with the linebacker position.
Yeah, I think that's the issue. I mean, there aren't great options there. The linebacker class isn't good, but we've got guys there. I think Colbert, I mean, definitely he's got every opportunity to be very, very good. I think he just needs to improve his footwork on the back end, his recognition of the post and stuff. I think his biggest issue is he just leaves himself so much work to do. He backpedals so far that he's like 15, 20 yards away from the play. So often you watch Tart or Thomas deep, they're like flat foot reading it. They're not really any deeper than sort of 5 yards beyond the deepest receiver. Whereas Colbert's so deep, he can't be asked to make a play. But so I think, you know, if he improves that, I think he can be very good. Ward the same. About those guys, load up on the edges, because now, I mean, that's on the roster we had. I think we've got like one true Leo type. Now we just can Cassius Marsh. We've now got 4. We've got Ford, Bosa, who can play big end as well, Polite, and Malik Reed. And then obviously that probably puts Peter Tamu-Penny on notice. But these things happen.
Okay. I like it, man. Faithful, man. Let us know what you think. Scott, let me pull up the chat here. I have not looked at the chat a single time because I was in the middle of I know the AFL game was on. But let's see what people seem to think of this one. Uh-oh, I got to turn the volume down. We only have 6 picks, and they all need to hit. I see a C+ here. Coaches don't like players who aren't willing to be coached and has aptitude problem. Ronnie Burton gave it a D. What?
What's that?
He says too many pass rushers. What 49er fan has ever said that in the last decade? Too many pass rushers. High C+, liked all the picks except for Polite because of his abysmal combine. All right, Alan, now make sure you go back and listen to Scott explain why he still picked him, all right? But I like that you at least let us know why you didn't like it. Let's see here. Oh, that means we lost my son announcing the first. No, we didn't. We didn't lose my son announcing the first pick, actually. I can edit that back in there. All right. I think that is it, man. Scott, is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here, man?
That's all. That's it.
That's all, folks. All right, guys. We are going to get out of here. We want to thank you guys. Hopefully, we can kick off the Mock Draft 2.0 series very, very soon, where we can start incorporating some trades. Hope you guys enjoyed what we're bringing to you guys. I'm excited to do the 2.0s. I'm excited to get the fan participation here. I can't wait to see how fans trade. I've been looking at some of these the mock drafts where people are trading, and I have literally seen so many of them where I would say maybe 75% of the ones that I've seen, not exaggerating at all, 75% of them don't have a single original 49ers pick included in it. Not a single one. No, like of all 6 picks that we started with, none of them were made in the original position. We have traded down. We end up with 11 picks. We end up with 10 picks. And I can't wait to see how people want to trade. It's going to be a thing to see. A lot of fun to watch and experience, though. Scott, man, thanks for joining me today, man. I really appreciate it, buddy. You guys give him a follow. He is Scott Geelan, Geelan. There's an underscore in between on Twitter. Scott with 2 T's, guys. SCOTT _ Geelan, GEELAN. Geelan. Damn it, I did it again. But is there anything else? You said that was all, right?
That is all. That's all.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Prepare for glory. Anticipate pain, but always remain faithful. We're out of here.